Hey guys, well I'm out in the shop today and I've removed the 3-jaw chuck from the table here. As you saw in an earlier video, I switched over to Cool-Rite 2290. Now, the Cool-Rite 2290 is sort of a milky white color. I don't have it diluted but to about 10% or so. But we're going to see how it does. With the Cool Mist 77, it left black spots and stains all over the aluminum. I kind of Scotch-Brited my mounts off to clean that up, but it's still stained the aluminum. Now for the steel, it seems to have really done a good job protecting all the bare metal surfaces. I really don't have any complaints about that. That little stain there was like that when I got the mill. I think that's some kind of primer or something that was dropped on there. But even inside the, oh, that's a little too bright there. But even inside the grooves, you can see really clean. So I don't really have any complaints with the Cool Mist 77 as far as that goes. My main complaint is, well, a couple actually. Number one, staining all my parts. The other complaint is the lubrication from the Cool Mist 77. I didn't think I was getting real good lubrication, especially when drilling and tapping. But with the Cool-Rite 2290, I just recently tapped 150 holes using my compression tapping head, my Tormach compression tapping head, and an M8 tap. And the tap came out clean every time. This is just a cheap spiral Chinese-made tap, but it worked flawless on every hole. So I was really impressed with that, and I can't wait to do some drilling with the Cool-Rite 2290. But I've cleaned off all my table. I kind of hit it with a Scotch-Brite. It's not as polished of a finish as my buddy Wyatt gets on his, but I don't know why. It looks pretty good. I think it cleaned up really nice. But I'm going to be putting my vise back on here, and I decided to see if I could prevent the bottom of it from rusting like it did when I removed it the first time. I did a video on that and showed you guys that, and you can even kind of see the outline of where the vise was. It pretty much stained this, and then it kind of left a light rust film on here. I was able to Scotch-Brite it off, but that was over about a 10-month period. So I know people use WD-40 and a coating of oil, and that helps, but after a while it kind of washes out with the coolant. So I've seen several videos where people have had this issue, and they're all using different kind of coolant, so it seems to be non-coolant related. So what I decided to do was, years ago, I picked up some of this chain wax. Now, when I used to ride street bikes years ago, I used to use this chain wax on all my chains for all my bikes. And this is a fling resistant paraffin wax based lubricant. It kind of smells like Aerocryl, if you've ever used that, or PB Blaster WD-40. It has that kind of a smell. So I'm pretty sure that that's probably what it is, and it's just kind of mixed with a paraffin wax. And now this can here is probably 15, 20 years old. But I checked online, and you can still, this is still available. So this is still widely used for oiling chains on motorcycles. But what happens is once you spray this on there, it leaves a waxy film, And so I thought, if I can spray it on the bottom of my vise, it'll leave a nice waxy film, and maybe that'll prevent coolant from washing the lubricant out. Besides that, it has lubricant built in. So let me show you what the bottom of the vise looks like. Okay, so you can see the bottom of the vise. It's a little thick in areas, but it's still kind of wet. But I figure once I lay it down and clamp it, it'll squish that and spread it around. Hopefully, it's not real thick, so it's not going to, I don't think it's going to throw it off any, but we'll just have to see, and we'll see how it works. So I wanted to kind of give you guys an update on this, and then next time I pull off my vise, for whatever reason, I'll give it a check. But I think this chain wax is going to really work well. I don't know of anybody that's used this before. I haven't seen it mentioned anywhere, and so I thought this might be the ticket to the issues with rusting under the vise. Alright, so I've got the vise mounted back on the mill. I also installed my air hose for the T-slots. That keeps debris out of there, but yet it allows coolant to flow back and forth, so it keeps it lubricated, and so far so good with that. I installed my aluminum end caps that I got from my buddy Wyatt. He sent to me. Get rid of the blue old ones, the plastic ones. I didn't want to use them before because they're really so nice, and the Cool Mist 77 was staining all my aluminum parts, and I just didn't want to ruin them. But I got them in, Wyatt. They're looking good. So stay tuned, guys, for some future updates on the chain wax. We'll see if it prevents the rust up under the vise. Haven't seen anybody else try this, so hopefully it'll do the trick. So I guess that'll wrap up this rust prevention video. We're going to give this chain wax a try, see how well it does preventing rust up under the vise. Thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up if you liked the video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and most importantly, be safe.